Okay, mic check. Okay. Waiting for some people to join. If anybody has any questions or want to talk about anything, you have an open mic. Ooh. But right now we have the moon just peeking up over the horizon. As we're watching the moon come up, it's a full moon tonight, and look at that moon. We have a full moon rising. Oh, it's a beautiful night for a full moon to come up over the horizon. Where's that remote of mine? I am live streaming the rise of the full moon here, South Padre Island, since there's not going to be any static fire tonight. Sorry. We were hoping. We are live. I'm gonna have this take a picture every. sorry. Too busy watching the other camera. We have a beautiful moon tonight. I'm actually going to turn the camera into moon mode. If anybody who is joining us right now wants to talk about anything, be glad to ask any questions. We're here enjoying the moon rising over the Gulf. The sound you hear in the background is actually the ocean, or the Gulf, the waves coming in. As we watch the moon come up. I am live, testing some new hardware. I have another mic I can wear and not have to talk into the camera, so I can walk around. I wonder if the movie mode. The other way is what I want to do. Once. Yeah, Davis, this is coming from my Nikon P1000. I picked this up last year when I came down here. There's a few other people who have seen the same camera and started copying. It's a cheap camera. My other camera is a professional grade. Which I really love a lot more. But this P1000 does have one incredible zoom on it. That's the only plus side about it. But it lacks in a lot of control. I can't do much astrophotography with it. Yeah, I've been down here for a year now. And I saw another guy using the same camera, and I just looked at the specs and the price. It was something I can afford at the time, so I went and went ahead and dropped the money for it. They're kind of hard to find now, but back then it was a few that you could find used. And sorry, I'm trying to mess with this other camera too. And you know, it's like last year I went down to Cape Canaveral, Florida, and I watched a total of 9 different launches out of Cape Canaveral, Florida. And just like all the shuttle launches that I watched over the years, I never once thought about filming them. And if you ever go see a launch, don't worry about filming them. Just sit back, enjoy the launch. Because looking at the people of a camera, that's not the same. And then I decided to go ahead and start streaming it on YouTube. I don't have as many followers as some of the other people out there. It would be nice if I did. It took a while to get up to the numbers to be able to get monetized. But I'm enjoying it out here. I love these moon rises over the Gulf. It's just incredible. I don't know if I can get it in the camera itself, but try to zoom out. Yeah, there we go. With the reflection off of the Gulf, the waves coming in, a couple people out there sitting on the beach. It's just so relaxing here. And with SpaceX, it's kind of hard to leave. I really enjoy it. And I figured I'd just, you know, try to live stream the moon for y'all. I was doing that a while back. I've taken so many pictures of the moon, just never thought about sitting back live streaming them. It's just don't be jealous. Don't be jealous at all. It is not easy, especially with the car being in the shop with no ETA when I'm gonna get it back. And since I've been down here, I've been trying to support myself driving Uber. And it's like for today, doing Uber Eats today, I had 1 delivery all day long. I made a whopping $4. That's it. And while the car is in the shop, that's not easy because the car rental is $420 a week. That's coming out of my pocket. And then, you know, staying in a hotel room, I have no kitchenette. I am kind of stuck in a little kitchen, a little hotel room with just a little microwave. And a small refrigerator. Doesn't work that well. I haven't complained because they've been giving me a great rate on the room for the past year. And I'm sure they would love to see me leave. But yeah, it's not been easy the past couple of years. Well, that was from February. That was in the shop for 4.5 months. I got it back 2 months later. I was coming through Houston. I haven't done a video on it. And someone on the interstate, it was heavily raining, came in front of me, came to a complete stop. I was only doing 35 miles per hour. The Tesla applied brakes. I applied brakes, kind of hydroplaned the back of him. He drove away. He never stopped. He just drove away, got back into the exit lane, because undoubtedly he came to a stop because he realized he was supposed to exit there. But it's done $10,000 in damage on my car. And it's in the shop now. It's been in there almost 2 months now. I've had to raise hell with the shop. And now the shop's kind of thankful because it turns out they were ordering parts the wrong way. So with me raising hell, they finally realized that I'm right, and they had to check some things. Tesla got them straight. Now they're getting parts ordered properly through Tesla. So hopefully they will get the parts in pretty soon and get my car back to me ASAP. I am sitting here every day watching the Uber app go completely red with surge because there's no drivers here, so nobody can get rides. People are looking for rides, but they're not looking for you know, Uber Eats. And you know, like I say, I'm mad at the shop. When I finally got some information from him, like tracking number, I saw that the Shipment they were supposed to receive last month on the 22nd, UPS was reporting it was lost. And they sat on their butt before they did anything, which is totally unacceptable. And even though I tried to explain to them, I need my car back. You know, I use the car to make money at this time. I normally work in the computer IT field, doing a lot of outsourced work, handling networks and stuff, but I've kind of put that aside. You know, like I say, you know, it wasn't easy.
To continue, I need access to your Spotify account.
And my phone is listening in. I don't want Spotify, Google. But yeah, I mean, what I was doing was a lot of outsourced computer work, installing those kiosks for McDonald's. Very good money, but they were working me like a dog. And they had no consideration of time to sleep. I was driving a Tahoe at the time. And just to give you an example, one of the last work orders I did for them, well, last 3 work orders. The first night they had me in Nashville, Tennessee from 5 in the afternoon till about 4:35 in the morning, installing the network, running 38 network lines, reprogramming everything in the store. And then when I got done with that store, I had to drive from that store to a store in Dallas, Texas to do that store the next night. Got there about 5, started working around 5:30, got out of there at 4 in the morning, had to drive to the next store in Mobile, Alabama. I mean, absolutely no time to sleep. When I asked them about it, the only comment was, you have the weekend off. And when I got done with that work order, and I don't mean to make anybody upset, but when I got done with that work order, I was driving back, coming on I-10 in Louisiana, and there was a car that was in the left-hand lane. Undoubtedly, the guy fell asleep. He came across my lane. There was another car in front of me at the time. He went all the way onto the shoulder, went out into the ditch area. All I'd done was I just slammed on the brakes. I pulled over the side of the road, grabbed my first aid kit, and ran to him as fast as possible. His car rolled like 4 or 5 times. And when I got there, the car was upside down, gas was leaking everywhere. And the guy was kind of moving somewhat, not, I can't say moaning, but also, unfortunately, some of his brain was on the roof. The car was upside down at the time. And all I could do is sit there with him and wait until the ambulance comes. You know, there's just nothing that could be done to save him. And I'm thinking, you know, my God, I have not slept in 4.5 days. This could have been me. The money was good, but my life's not worth that. It is not worth it at all. And it makes me mad. You know, driving since I was 15 years old, and I'm 57, all different vehicles, all different conditions. I have never once had a ticket. I have never been in an accident in my entire life. And then I get this Tesla that I spend the last bit of my money on during COVID because I don't know. I'm not sure where things are going in this world. And I have 2 accidents in the same year. I've only gotten to drive my car 4 months this entire year. It's been in the shop more than anything else. So sometimes yeah, you don't want to be in my life. It sounds nice, it sounds wonderful, but when I'm going every day trying to figure out how am I going to afford some more equipment for this channel, because I want to do this, and fighting to get as many rides that I can in Uber to do that is not easy. And Lord knows I have tons of pictures. I think I last counted 12,000 pictures on my computer that I've taken over there at SpaceX that I have not even shown anybody. I haven't gone through them all yet. I am lucky that I know some guys who work over there, and I give them rides to and from work. So whenever I do that, I wind up taking some pictures over there before I leave, and rush back to try to get some Uber Eats deliveries. And I was joking with someone, you know, there's another channel. He's yelling at people to donate, to give money, and talking about all the money he spent to come here to do this. And I'm sorry, but those people did not request him to come here. This is something he's trying to do himself to make a living out of. And I'm sorry, if you look at the average of all the videos out there, if you want to make money doing videos, the video to do to make that money would be on pimple popping. It seems like those things are just, for some reason, racking in millions and millions of views. I don't know, maybe I should do a sunset pimple popping on the beach if I want to make money. You know, it's just odd. Even NASA spaceflight, they do a great job. They spend a lot of money to come out there. And if you look at their video of serial number 15 and the number of views they have and the number of subscribers they have, it's not as much as Dr. Pimple Popper, which is really weird. And not even much as another video I found on how to wipe your butt, which, yeah, is out there. And I'll have to look on Wham Bam Tesla Cam. I know I sent them the video. I just never heard anything back from them. I didn't know they used it yet. He didn't contact me for an update or anything. But yeah, to update that repair, it took 4.5 months. And insurance paid $16,000 for that repair. And that was a repair nightmare. Some of the issues with that repair is that I went to one body shop first, and that body shop took parts from my car to fix somebody else's car. And he's somebody else who covers SpaceX. And that delayed things because they had to figure out who in the world is going to pay for this damage, these missing parts that are not a part of the accident, which is a very valid question. You know, it's not the person who caused the accident's problem that another shop stole those parts. But that delayed my repair even longer because of that. And from what I understand, that shop is no longer, from what I'm told, no longer allowed to work on Teslas. They lost their Tesla certification mainly because of that. But yeah, after this other shop finally found out that they were ordering parts completely wrong, and they got set up properly with Tesla, they were able to get the order in, and they, over the weekend, got some of the parts in, and the rest should hopefully be in this week. But the sad thing is, you know, they waited so long. And if you have a Tesla, if anybody out there has a Tesla and it needs body work at a third-party body shop that's Tesla certified, if you do not get an email from Tesla with the status of all your parts ordered for your VIN number, you know, not from the shop, from Tesla itself, when they order parts, they're not set up right. And it will be delayed. It will take a longer time for them to get the parts. They're not ordered, you know, the way they order that way is not high priority. The properly set up one is high priority. They take care of them quickly that way. So, you know, it's just to let you know. And, you know, if that's the case and that's what's happening, get on their butt, because they need to get their game together. There's no reason for a shop to not do things the right way. Especially if they're Tesla certified. And granted, yeah, when they first got set up, maybe the guy did not show them how to do it right. You know, that was a nice shot that I just did of that camera. But I mean, the moon is so bright that it thinks it's daytime. So I'm going to take another shot with the moon out of frame. It's doing a 13-second exposure. Wow. Sorry, I'm working two cameras. And Davis Reed, that name sounds familiar. Did I meet you when you were down here? Over there somewhere? Actually, I know why it sounds familiar. I knew somebody in Lafayette, last name was Reed. She was actually deaf. My ex-wife went completely deaf and blind, so I got to know a lot of people in the deaf community. Actually, I need to change lenses on there. Well, I wanted to change lenses, but it looks like I left that one back in the hotel room. Or did I? No. It's over on this other table with my drink. If you can let me know how I sound. I'm using a wireless mic, testing it out. We're hoping there'll be a static fire tomorrow. I would be pointing at the Starship right now, but it's really dark and the camera can't really put much light for a video for live streaming. I am looking at options. There's like another camera I might be able to buy and be able to put a very good scope on, or lens on. That would pull in enough light to make it worthwhile. But those lenses cost a lot of money, and you know, like I say, I do this out of my own pocket. You know, and I'm not sure how y'all feel about these guys out here who are trying to, I guess, monopolize. You know, some of them I don't know if they're legit or not. It's hard to say. But it bothers me on the things they say and how they expect everybody to pay everything. There's another channel, they moved all the way down here and had GoFundMe and everything to raise money to move down here to cover SpaceX. And he's been down here a little over almost 2 months now. And so far, everything that I've seen him doing, he's just still using everybody else's streams and just pulling off stuff off the internet. It's like that's what you were doing back home before you came down here. So why did you have everybody pay for everything if you're not going to do more than that? What you could have done at home. So he found a way to get totally moved here without spending a dime of his own money. I've also ran into other people YouTubing out here that were boasting and bragging about how they are living on unemployment and how, you know, they're making a go at it to make get as many viewers and everything going while unemployment was still kicking in. I don't know how I feel about that. That just doesn't seem right to me. It really doesn't. I know if I put the camera in a manual mode, there we go. That will keep the brightness from changing. So now I can go up and down. Well, it's still kind of changing a little bit. But yeah, I kind of wish if I was would have filmed all the launches and stuff if I had equipment back then to do that, but it wasn't something that I was really looking at honestly doing. I just enjoyed it. Even for all the shuttle launches. You know, I saw half of the shuttle launches in person. But every solitary shuttle launch I followed from beginning to end. I mean, back then we had NASA TV on cable, and you can also find in the earlier days some radio streams from NASA that while the shuttle was up you can listen to the comms 24/7. And I remember waking up when the astronauts would wake up on the shuttle, hearing the wake-up call. I remember listening to them, you know, discussing problems they ran into. One of them I thought was funny. They had a laptop on board that was doing an experiment, and the experiment saved the pictures in a format called JPG. And they had no clue how to view the results. And they were talking to NASA about this, and NASA was trying to research it and trying to figure it out. And then all of a sudden, they started getting a bunch of messages from a bunch of us geeks online recommending the smallest possible JPG viewer that we could find that could be transmitted to the shuttle so they can view the results on their laptop. Here it is, the internet community coming to help NASA because they forgot a very basic thing. I would have figured you're sending up someone to do tests. You should test it and make sure you can do those tests. You know, it really worries me when you have a government company that's doing space exploration, and a simple thing like that they mess up. But it doesn't make it easy. I kind of like that picture. And like I say, I wound up taking so many pictures. If I was still back in my old 35, I'd have gone through. I was hoping James could kick in. Well, yeah, I should send the other one into Wham Bam Tesla Cam as well. I don't know if I want to blur the guy's license plate number or leave that in there. I mean, it's sad that the police are not doing anything about it, or the insurance isn't going after the guy who caused the accident. Oh, damn, that looks good. Well, as good as it looks on a small little screen on the camera. I wonder, let me see here. It's not the one I want. Do I have the other HDMI cable with me? And you know, the sad thing is I set a lot of this equipment up in the room and stream from there. So when I want to come out here and do a stream, I have to grab what I need. And that's kind of where you get the point where you almost need to have two of everything. So you can keep some things together, just to be able to grab it and run real fast. Yeah, I must have left that camera, the HDMI cable in the room. I don't know, taking those nice zoomed in pictures of the moon is nice, but getting everything entire beach and everything is also very nice. Let's see what autofocus does here. Not as well. And we can also try to see other things out here. There was some smoke earlier where the moon came up on, but also way off in the distance here, I believe it's an oil platform. Oh. And I lost it trying to reach the, there we go. And you know, the nice thing is you go way up north on this island, you can really get to almost zero light. And my God, you can see these stars clear as can be. Right here where I'm at, there's quite a few lights, so it's hard to get an uninterrupted, no light pollution view. It's amazing how it's hard to get a good clear shot of anything with the atmosphere. But when you go to the moon, you're bypassing a lot of the atmosphere there. But yeah, I have to take a look at my email to see if Wham Bam sent me something. I would have thought they would have asked for follow-up, but they get in so many videos, it's not funny. The wind is pretty strong off the Gulf right now. We've had SpaceX install the chopsticks today, and yes, I will use that word. I don't think you need to know how to use them to use it. And I don't think if you don't know how to use them, I don't think you're incompetent. Just not something you really care for. Not everybody likes chopsticks. Not everybody likes Chinese food. It's to each their own. And I'm just on the other side right now. Venus is high in the sky, nice and bright. Well, not high, it's kind of falling where the moon was. And I what's that other? And there we got Venus. There's Mars tonight. There's Neptune. There's the moon. Oh, to the left and slightly down is Uranus of the moon. And the moon's awfully bright. We probably won't be able to see anything of it. But right around in there, somewhere is Uranus. But with the brightness of the moon, it's kind of blocking it. It'd be nice to have a nice telescope to be able to actually get those in. And even down here late at night, you got people out on the beach walking around, probably with metal detectors looking for treasures on the beach. We've been live for about an hour now. I don't know if you left or not, Davison. I do appreciate you joining. is going to be way too bright there. You know, it's kind of nice to be able to use the camera, adjust your f-stop, adjust your ISO, adjust your shutter speed, and then actually view that to see how it looks. Back in the day, you know, we did a lot of math. We tried to figure out using the light meter to see how close we get. If it was overexposed or underexposed on the film, we would adjust the development processing time on doing the pictures itself on the enlarger, and hope we can recover the picture. Or we sit there and take so many pictures at so many different settings and just hope one of them was good. Which is kind of what we do sometimes with the digital cameras. We just take a picture with certain settings and then pull that picture up and look, see how it is. If it looks good, then hey, great, we got the good settings. I mean, for me right now, the moonshot looks pretty good on 1/400th of a second. ISO 100 and an F 6.2, I think it was. Let's see how this looks. I'll keep getting some network error timeouts here. I really need my own network connection. Trying to use the hotels is not the best. It would have been nice to see a static fire tonight, being a full moon. And that one's getting overexposed, so we'll go back the other way. I dropped the ISO up to about 3200. Let's see if I can pick anything up out of here. Well, don't know if we have anybody left on the channel paying attention. Nobody's really asking many questions. I can sing a song for y'all if y'all like, but that's what I should do. I should get down here and say, hey, either send super chats or I will start singing. Threaten people that way. Just kidding. It's nice that I'm getting some moderation with YouTube and some super chats. It'd be nice if I can access that money. I'm having issues with my postmaster back in Louisiana, back home, who is refusing to deliver my mail. And you cannot get a hold of the Postmaster General or the post office to save your life. So in order to get the money from Google, you first have to verify your address by a postcard they send you. But since the lady is refusing to deliver my mail, I'm not seeing that postcard. And the worst thing is, since I've been down here for a year, yes, I do have my mail being forwarded here. But for some bizarre reason, they can't figure out how to do it, or they can't do it, or don't want to do it. I don't know. It is very annoying. It's been an ongoing issue. I think I've gotten maybe 4 pieces of mail forwarded out of everything that I should have been receiving. Wow, I am picking up some stars here. But with all the light here, it's kind of hard to get a good shot of the stars. And it's kind of funny because I can't see them, but the camera's picking them up. Let me try off in this other direction over here. Let's see if it picked anything up off of that one. Seeing a few things. But it's hard to tell until I actually get it on the computer. But so right now,
What do you do out there?
right now I'm live streaming on YouTube. But, watching the full moon rise, and I can really get in nice and close.
Damn.
I can get in a little bit further. I guess the maximum I can get in there. Gets very shaky then with that wind,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to get a good focus on that. Just some other phones. But so right now I'm kind of live on YouTube. Oh. Testing equipment and stuff, and taking some other shots over here. This one here, I've been catching a lot of, trying to catch some stars there, but where was it? Go back here. Some pretty good shots.
You ever tried going towards the beach axis 6? Beach axis.
Oh yeah, I've been down there.
You see a lot
many
more
times.
stars over there.
Oh yeah, I've done some very nice astrophotography on that. The problem is right now I'm actually live on YouTube streaming, and you get out there where you can really see there's no internet, there's no connection out there. Yeah, even here, yeah, using the hotel's Wi-Fi, it gets spotty at times.
Yeah, up here, yeah. If the rooftop it is.
Yeah, I mean, you got an access
Especially
point
when it's
here.
right there. Yeah.
It's like, well, why? I'm 6 feet from it. They probably don't have that one working because it's not. They probably have that on a different channel or a different name.
No, it's all the same.
Can't be. The signal strength is not there. I mean, that's a very low signal strength for it to be that close. This won't be. I mean, it's showing 52, but it should be a lot lower than that when we're this close. Because when you get over here, yeah, it's still just 51. That should be close to the 30s being this close to it.
Yeah.
But that is a Cisco. It's not the type of equipment I like. But
Well, hopefully the elevators are working by the time you're done up here.
they're still not working? Because I know I called and they said
Working earlier, I was coming up and down.
I mean, I called earlier because, you know, there's a bunch of ladies going up to the second floor, and it's like we're pushing the button there, it's not going, and yeah, I'm trying to get up here before the moon come up, and luckily I finally did, but I have to go up all 5 flights of stairs just to get up here. So I'm pretty sure they're not happy that the elevator's not working.
No, yeah, it's.
But so do they know what's wrong with them? Do they have a clue what's wrong with them?
Well, I mean, not that I've heard of. I mean, just I think these are the same elevators they've been using since way back then.
Way back then?
Oh,
That's a speaker, huh?
I guess I'm taking the stairs.
Well, you can always jump over the side.
Oh, it is a
I mean,
way.
yeah, it's faster, and if you really push off, you might be able to make the pool.
That's a long.
Well, at least you can go down through the trees.
And for the trees, right?
Yeah, I was up here last night at, for the pre-burner test that they did
What?
at SpaceX.
Oh, okay.
They finally lit the engine at 11:39 at night, just before midnight. It's like, ah.
But you were able to see it from here?
Oh yeah, yeah. Where was it? This was what I was streaming it live at the time too. No, I don't want to create. Go back. Oh, it would help.
I'm kind of think of it. I'm gonna have to check each floor on the elevator, make sure nobody's stuck in them.
No.
Airflow.
Where was it? Wasn't that? Ah, there we go. This is what I caught from up here. It's kind of dark, you can't really see much because that lens doesn't pull in a lot of light on that camera.
Oh, they had a launch yesterday?
No, not a launch. They were just testing the pre-burners in the engine.
Oh, okay.
So we stayed here for 6 hours just for that. I hope so. But let's see here. Yeah, anyway, sorry about that. The elevators aren't working. So I'm going to have fun. And I hope you all have a good night. I'm getting ready to pack everything up and head back down to the room and unpack everything again. I do appreciate all y'all for joining and for stopping by. Hopefully y'all enjoy the video of the moon. I don't really know what to really talk about. I mean, y'all get a lot of information from a lot of channels, a lot of places. I just feel kind of awkward rehashing everything that y'all might already know. So I really like to do like a live stream and let y'all ask questions. And then I can try to answer them as best I can. It just makes things a little bit easier. Because I can talk about quite a bit of things. But if it interests y'all, it's hard to say. I am trying to provide better and better content for y'all all the time. good full moon tonight. And if anybody wants to let me know what they think the best internet provider is over there in Boca Chica. AT&T is kind of decent. Verizon doesn't do too well at all. I'm looking at some way to be able to give a nice reliable live stream from over there. So if y'all have any information, it'd be appreciated. Hopefully it's with a company that doesn't have a very outrageous rates. And yeah, I know some people recommend certain ways of doing things, but they cost like $500 a month. And you have to have a budget for that. And we're not at that level to afford that type of budget. So that would be very wasteful spending on anybody's part if they're not at that level. There's foolish spending and there's smart spending. I prefer to try to stay as smart as possible. Anyway, I'm signing off for the night. I do appreciate anybody who joined and watched. Anybody who watches in the future, please like and subscribe. Feel free to listen to my main live stream every day that I do out of the hotel room. Has some nice soothing music to listen to. You can actually replay those. I try to keep daily ones there, so if you want to replay them and put the kids to sleep, go right ahead. It actually does help. The channel, at least. Tomorrow, hopefully we'll have a static fire. So I'm going to try to stream again tomorrow. But until then, y'all have a nice evening.